Today we're making a creation that I call Cuốn Quẩy. It consists of sautéed lemongrass-marinated beef and crispy fried dough sticks called Quẩy or dầu cháo Quẩy in Vietnamese, all rolled up in rice paper with bún noodles, crispy veggies, and fragrant herbs. This was inspired by 4 different dishes. The first dish is nem nướng, from which I took the idea of having something crispy inside a rice paper roll. In nem nướng, the crispiness comes from a piece of rice paper that has been rolled up and deep fried. The second dish is phở cuốn thịt bò. This consists of thinly sliced or minced beef, marinated in oyster sauce and sometimes lemongrass, sautéed, then wrapped in sheets of uncut pho noodles. This is where the beef came from. The final 2 are gia lợng, one of my favorite dim sum dishes consisting of rice noodle roll wrapped around crispy pieces of yo cháo, and phan thoan or su phan, a sticky rice roll filled with meat and yo cháo. These, of course, are where the idea of yo cháo as a filling came from. Rather than a filling, quẩy is commonly found in Vietnam, served alongside noodle soup dishes, particularly pho, as well as cháo, which is what we call rice congee. I have found that quẩy in Vietnam, especially in Hanoi, tend to be smaller, more hollow, and crispier than its Chinese counterpart. While they're not at all traditional to Vietnam or China, these rolls are delicious and super fun to eat with a bunch of different textures and flavors. Let's get started. For this recipe, you'll need quẩy or yo cháo. Beef, here I have a piece of top round steak, bún noodles, cucumber, carrot, garlic, fresh or frozen lemongrass, fish sauce, oyster sauce, sugar, vinegar, lettuce, and Vietnamese herbs of your choice. Here I have húng quế, ngò, and tía tô.
The first step, if you're not using pre-sliced meat, is to slice your beef thinly. To help cut the slices as thin as possible, place the steak on a plate or baking tray and let it sit in the freezer for 30 minutes. This firms up the meat and make it easier to slice. If you have access to it, you can buy pre-sliced hot pot beef to make things even easier. Add your sliced beef into a bowl. Next, mince your garlic and lemongrass if you're using a fresh stock. To the beef, add the minced lemongrass, minced garlic, oyster sauce, fish sauce, and sugar. Mix well so that all the beef slices are coated in the marinade, then let sit while preparing the rest of the ingredients.
Cook your bún noodles according to package instructions, then strain and rinse with cold water to prevent further cooking and set aside.
While the noodles are cooking, we'll prep our veggies and herbs. I am cutting the cucumber into diagonal slices, then cutting those slices into matchsticks. Add the sliced cucumbers to a plate and set aside. Next, peel your carrot. Cut into roughly 5 cm lengths. Julienne with a knife or grater. Add to the plate with the cucumber matchsticks. Prep, rinse, and shake off excess water from your lettuce and herbs, then add to a plate. Next, we'll make the sauce. In a bowl, add sugar, fish sauce, vinegar, and water. Stir or whisk until the sugar has fully dissolved. Add in a bit of the julienne carrot. Next, we're going to fry the quẩy. To a frying pan or pot, add a 2 cm layer of oil and heat on medium. If your dough sticks come attached in pairs, separate them into individual pieces. When the oil reaches 170 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, add the quẩy pieces to the oil. You may need to cut them in half to fit your pan or pot. Fry until crispy and golden on all sides, about 2 to 3 minutes. Place on a plate lined with paper towel to absorb excess oil. Finally, the beef. In a small pan, heat a tablespoon of neutral oil on medium. Add the beef to the pan and sauté until no longer pink. I recommend setting all the ingredients on the table so you can roll and eat as you go. This helps the quẩy remain crispy. To assemble a roll, dip a piece of rice paper in room temperature water, shake off any excess water, and place on a cutting board or plate. Add herbs and a piece of lettuce towards the bottom third of the rice paper, leaving 4 to 5 centimeter spaces on the left and right side of the rice paper. Add some bún noodles on top of the lettuce. Here I'm going back for the herbs because I forgot them earlier. This is optional, but I like arranging the herbs so that you can see them in the finished roll. Add some cucumber and carrot. Add a few pieces of beef on top of the noodles and veggies. Place a piece of quẩy on top of the beef. You may need to trim the dough stick so it is not longer than the other fillings. Fold in the left and right side of the rice paper towards the center, making sure the two sides form two parallel lines so that the top and bottom of the open roll are even. Lift up the bottom flap of the rice paper and pull it over the fillings. Roll everything towards the top, tucking and pulling the roll towards yourself to ensure it is rolled tightly. Look at that beautiful cross section. Serve with the dipping sauce and enjoy.
It's crunchy, it's so fun.
I hope you try this recipe. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and visit MMBonAppétit.com for more Vietnamese and French recipes.